everybody, it's me, Stella Wilde. I'm here with your February, yeah, can you believe it, 2019 monthly Horoscopes. So we're going to get into that in a second. A couple of quick announcements. First of all, as you may know from last month, I am writing a monthly astrology column. I will leave a link in the description, so you might want to check out your written horoscopes as well as watching your Horoscope here. Also, I am starting to do astrology consultations. I'm offering two different types of astrology readings. One is about love and one's about money. If you want to dive deeper into yourself and learn a little bit more about your own chart in relation to those two topics, then book a reading with me, an astrology reading. The love reading is on sale until February 15th, so you might want to check that out. And as always, I am available for personal tarot readings. I will leave a link in the description because remember, these videos that I post here on YouTube are general and you should watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs to get the fullest picture for yourself. And finally, thank you. Thank you for supporting me, for supporting the channel, for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting. I so appreciate it. We are building a very strong community here, and I love reading your comments, and I'm so glad that the readings have been resonating. So yeah, I'm very, very grateful. So thank you all out there in YouTube land. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you. All right, so let's get into the energies for February 2019. Hey Aries, you are first this month. You have the most views in January, so I will be doing your February one first. As you know, I change it up every time I do a reading. I like to keep the readings fresh, do them in different ways. So this month, I am starting out with looking at your love life, and then I'm going to look at your money life, and then I'm going to tune in with a couple of special tarot cards and an oracle card. Okay, so let's see. I've already been kind of sitting in your energy. So let's see. Let's see what you have for your love life. Okay. Okay, this is great. I'm just doing a quickie Celtic cross. Just doing a 6 card. All right, so this is excellent. You are coming out of a period in which, Aries, you have felt rather isolated and you've been really tending to your spiritual self. Okay, this is like current position. We have the Hermit upside down. So you have been really alone and attending to some healing, some spiritual work, just kind of getting your stuff together. Okay, just trying to get yourself together, Aries. But that's starting to change in February, and we have the Chariot opposite the Hermit. So as you're beginning February, you have a sense of urgency of getting out and about, because Hermit upside down is you've had the Hermit period upright and now you're coming out of that and you want to get back out there in the world. So you are leaving a period of solitude behind. And with the Chariot crossing it, you want to get out and about. You are feeling the fire of that Mars going through your sign. It's been in there for a while now. And please do read my monthly horoscope, Aries, because we are very affected. Of course, Mars is in our home sign, but also it's going to be conjuncting Uranus in our home sign as well. And that is a powerhouse, potentially combustible energy. And Aries in particular need to watch their temper in February. Okay, so I mean these cards are great for your love life. So maybe there's something going on with money or some other message we'll get about possible things that might trigger an angry outburst. But just really try to stay calm and you go read the monthly horoscope. Okay, but let's get back to your love life. So there is an urge to get out and about. And it is probably because you have some fresh coins in your pocket. This is in the recent past. Your Ace of Pentacles And at the bottom of your reading is the Page of Wands. So there is some good news that has recently come to you, Aries, about a fresh start. I know we're asking about love, but a fresh start in your money life. And because of that, it's giving you also the motivation to have a fresh start in your love life and get out of this hermit mode that you've been in. So I think for some Aries, finances may have been a problem. They may, too much is going out and not enough is coming in. But that has started to turn the corner. That is starting to change. And I think because you maybe didn't have enough money to maybe just go out, to maybe buy a new outfit. And why can't I talk today? Buy a new outfit to go out in. That is a mouthful. But, you couldn't spend some money on some new jewelry, new outfit, whatever. You didn't have money to buy drinks. You just didn't have the disposable income to kind of invest, because dating is an investment. You need to look good, you need to presentation's important, you need to have money to go out, etc. So I think because that maybe has been a concern, you were in the hermit mode, but that is changing this month, Aries. You are going to be out and about as a result of this fresh start and good news about money. This can also be new and fresh offers and possibilities are coming in for you in regards to your love life, particularly with fire sign individuals. So another Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. I'm feeling it's a Leo. And you probably are going to have some very good news for your love life in the very near future because of this Knight of Cups in the near future. So, look, this is really beautiful energy. So a very quick shift. Knights are, quick energy, and it's the Knight of Cups. So an offer, a beautiful offer is going to be coming in, and there's multiple offers on the table. There's already one. And this also is the idea that you are feeling much better about yourself as a result of the money. There's already been one person kind of sniffing around. Okay, Aries, there's already one. You already know this person. But there are going to be multiple other opportunities you're going to get wind of this month as well. They're coming in. And they are also involved with any type of times that you're out and about. I know you're already going to be out there dating a little bit more, but even when you're out and about, when you're at the gas station, when you're at the supermarket, when you're at the coffee shop, when you're out and about doing things, at the gym, right? Any of those places could be very, very good for meeting this other person who is going to come in. All right. So there is another offer, probably from a water sign, because it's a cup here, the Knight of Cups. But what's at the top of your reading is the Three of Swords upside down, which is good. So there's still a little bit more healing left to do, Aries. There's still, this is at the top of your reading. It's not that there's a cloud over you. There's not a cloud over you anymore. You have healed. You have healed from, I know some Aries went through some very, very terrible breakups recently. You have healed for the most part from that. So it's not like this is the dark cloud, but there's a cloud. Okay, there's a little those very thin, I don't know if they're cumulus clouds, but they're the kind of little thin strips of cloud. It's like that type of cloud. It's not a big marshmallow cloud. It's like a little strip that's still there. It's gonna go, it's coming, but there's a little bit of residue left over still. It takes time. It takes time. 3 months to 3 weeks, that will be totally gone with this 3 over you. But there was a third party, and that's what caused, that cloud to still be lingering. If it had been a simple breakup, so to speak, a simple one, where you and the other person just weren't connecting anymore for whatever reason, that's one thing. And sometimes it's easier to heal from those. But when there's like betrayal, third party, etc., it can take longer. And I think that's what happened for you. And remember, it's a general reading, but there was some sort of third party energy happening, and that's why it's taken a little bit longer for you to get over that. But it's upside down, which is good. You want that upside down when we're talking about love. So yeah, I love this energy for you. You're going to have something to celebrate. This Chariot card here is a victory card. Something to celebrate, and it's going to be in the love department, because there is going to be not just one, but a couple of new offers coming to you. But you've got to get out there, which you are going to be doing with the Hermit upside down. So I think this is very good. And I would also, with the Chariot card, Aries, if you're looking for love, I would recommend that you not only continue to go out and about to the regular places that you go to, but go to some different places. You could be traveling on some sort of work, with this in the recent past, with the Ace of Pentacles. You could be traveling on some sort of work venture and meet people that way. That could be potentially, romantic partners. So, don't do the hermit thing if you're traveling. Connect with people, talk with people, see who's out there, because this is a great energy. This Page of Wands here, upright. This is about getting out and about, talking, networking, and bringing that fresh, childlike Aries energy, because this is a wand. And it's that fresh kind of sassy, a little sassy. You know how Aries can be. We can be a little sassy, but in a fun way, in a flirtatious way. So it's like that type of energy can bring you, as you're traveling and meeting new people, can bring you a victory. So this is very, very nice. Very lovely energy. All right. And it's because, and like I said, you already have been healing from this love life situation, but you were also healing from a money situation. But that has turned the corner with this Ace of Pentacles in the recent past. So you are just feeling much better about yourself on multiple levels, Aries, which is going to, it's already shifted your energy in February. And that is why new opportunities, new people are going to start coming in, and it's why you want to get out there again, because you do feel better. Okay, so I will be right back with your money. The other thing I just want to say about that sassy energy is that with Mars traveling through your sign, especially if you're Aries rising, with Mars traveling through the sign and the Mars-Uranus conjunction, people are going to see you as very fiery anyway. They're going to see you as very radiant and full of light and full of fire and full of passion. So yeah, that's going to be there. The other thing to think about too is with Mars conjunct Uranus, there can be an element of love at first sight. Somebody could become very infatuated with you very quickly. So that's, especially with this Knight of Cups in the near future. So that's something to think about as well. Your dynamism, yeah, I said that right, is going to be extremely potent in February. So just be aware of that. All right, my timer's going off for my bread that I'm baking. I will be right back with your money reading. All right, Aries, now let's get into your money. What is going on? We already kind of touched on that a little bit with the love, because it came out with that Ace of Pentacles. But there is somebody around you already, Aries. I said that with the love. There is somebody around you who is probably an earth sign, because we had Ace of Pentacles. So probably a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn who does like you. They do like you. And they may have been putting out some feelers to try to get your attention. But, hey, if you're an earth sign watching this and you're trying to get with an Aries, just get with an Aries. Don't be beating around the bush, okay? Just from one Aries to my earth signs. Just, you know what to do. Sometimes earth signs are just too slow especially for an Aries. So you got to step up the game a little bit, earth signs, if you want to get with an Aries. Just saying. All right. Aries, my dear Aries, let's see now for money. What do we have? I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing a mini Celtic cross here. Okay. There has been a level of emotional dissatisfaction in terms of your money, in terms of your work. It's interesting. We're asking about money, but there's no pentacles here. But it's more the idea of the emotional dissatisfaction you've been having with work, Aries. And especially if you're Aries rising, a lot of stuff is being churned up in your career zone of Capricorn with Pluto in there, Saturn in there, the South Node in there. So it's the idea of Aries, you have to take the lead. You need to be the agent of change in this money career situation. And you already know that. And you've been working towards that. And there is something very good that I feel that you are personally working toward. And you're going to have news of it at the beginning of February, Aries. So this is the Six of Wands, the victory card. There is some wonderful news coming your way in regards to money, your career. All right. But I feel that it's something that you are doing personally. Like you may have a side business. Maybe you have your own business part-time, but you're still working for some other people. Or you're trying to maybe switch up your client base or, something like that. Because you've been with this group of clients and they're not paying you enough. And you're trying to get with this group of people who are paying you more. It's that type of thing. There is something about the excellent service, the excellent, I feel like that for some Aries, it's about the idea that you really connect. You listen and connect with your people. There's a very nice ebb and flow of energy between you and your clients. And that is one of the things that they value the most, is the communication connection that they have with you. And because of that, there's going to be some great news that you get at the start of February. That is going to further, it's interesting how that's going to happen. It's going to further heighten your dissatisfaction with what else you're doing, okay? But it's also going to motivate your ass even more. Aries are already extremely motivated people. A lot of Aries are entrepreneurs. They want to work for themselves and they're self-motivated, self-directed. They go out there and they get what they want. But yet, you may have to still, like I said, work a regular job while you're building your own thing. And that's okay. But the thing is that I kind of lost my train of thought, but I was saying, like, in a way, okay, I got it. The way this is going to, as much as this is going to bring you a lot of satisfaction, it also makes you feel dissatisfied with the things that are not this. Okay? So the things that are not this are a job you may still have to work full-time while you're doing this part-time. Could be, like I said before, the clients that you really don't want to work with, but this other group is better, but this group is not big enough and not paying you enough yet. So in other words, this is going to motivate you to really change the situation that is dissatisfying you, because we have dissatisfaction. Whatever you're doing for yourself, whatever you're building for yourself is good. Is the Six of Wands, you're going to get positive affirmation of that. But there is some situation that is extremely emotionally dissatisfying. King of Cups upside down. 8 of Cups, Death card. You are planning your exit strategy. I wrote about this in your monthly horoscope, Aries. You are so tired of not feeling emotionally fulfilled in how you earn the majority of your money. All right. And, you know, this is just emotional dissatisfaction. This is because we're looking at the energy. I'm not looking at this as a person. I'm looking at this as the King of Cups when he's upright, right? He is like so loving and connected and intuitive and generous and the shirt off your back kind of guy, like would do anything for you, sometimes to his own detriment. Upside down, this is like it's all about him in a very selfish, emotionally selfish way. I mean, everything's, you know, referenced to the self. There can be emotional manipulation. Okay, but we're not talking about the person. We're talking about the energy. And the Cups energy, of course, is intuitive, emotional, you know, creative. I mean, all the signs are creative, but it's really about the emotions, right? It's about your and how you're using your intuitive powers as well. So this is like, to me, upside down here when we're looking at it for an answer to a question. This is the height of emotional dissatisfaction because this is the King of Cups. It's the, you know, the highest card in that particular suit. So yeah, you are so done with being taken for granted in your job, possibly emotionally abused, and you're just like, no. Now this is in the past, the recent past, but we're talking about the February energy. Look what's wanting to happen in February. And you got to be careful because you have to have a backup plan. Yeah, I've been writing, but Cancer had some similar type energies as well. But you need a backup plan, Aries. You can't just, with that Mars conjunct Uranus, you can't just say F it. I mean, you can do what you want, right? But if you say F it and you don't have a backup plan, you might be in trouble. So I understand, believe me, I understand your emotional dissatisfaction. And you want to walk, 8 of Cups, like you are done. You want to walk away. And this is Pluto in the 10th house right here, baby. This is Pluto in the 10th house wanting you to totally walk away and transform what you're doing. However, in the near future, in the month of February, it's the 2 card, right? We have the 2 of Wands upside down. There is an element of timing. I actually want to pull another card for this because when this is upright, this is like, it can be delay. But it's more like because you're waiting for things you've already put out there. But what are things not going to come back the way you expect? I don't like this card upside down in your near future, so I'm going to pull another one. But this can be things not turning out, projects that you've put out there not turning out how you expect. And that's why I don't like this. I don't like this energy combined here like this, Aries. So I'm going to pull another card. And especially since we have the 2 here, February is a 2, you know, second month of the year. This to me is a little unstable energy. This is a little bit like you're expecting certain results, but they don't pan out. So I don't want you, Aries, to take a big risk and say F it and leave. And then because you're expecting more of this right away. And then what you get is this in the near future and you don't have enough money. Okay, so this is just something to think about. And of course, this is a general reading. Please book a personal reading with me if this situation resonates with you. At the top of the reading, 7 of Swords upside down. You can no longer deny, Aries, that this emotional dissatisfaction is a problem. I mean, this is the type of energy where you can't even get out of bed in the morning to go to the job. I mean, you got to, right? You got to do it. But you know, you finally have had to face the fact that you can't pretend anymore that this situation is fulfilling because it is not. All right, I want to know, I'm just going to clarify this 2 of Wands upside down. So yeah, there is something very good. But let's just say, for example, let's say that this is money coming in. Like, let's say you're working a part-time thing and all of a sudden you get a flurry of clients. Like, all of a sudden you make $1,000 and you're like, woohoo! You can't assume that that's going to continue right away because of this card in the near future. Okay? There may be a delay because when this card is upright, this guy's looking at the world and looking at the ships that are going to come in. But there's an element of waiting. But he has put things out there. This energy is you put things out there. How will they manifest? Right? This is, did anything go out there yet? Or are the things we're expecting to come to fruition somehow going to get lost at sea? You know? Because this is the guy looking out into the ocean. Or somehow the ship's not going to come in. So, that's why I'm a little concerned. All right, I want to pull one more. I need to also pause. Let me pause this because I don't want the computer to melt. Yeah, you guys know I got to pause the computer every 10 minutes or so because sometimes it freezes, it stops recording, and I don't know, and then I, miss out on stuff. All right, let's get some clarification on this Two of Wands business. Okay, Tower card. So I'm going to have to pull another one. 10 of Wands, 8 of Wands. See, this is the thing. Okay. This 8 of Wands upside down is the same energy as the 2 of Wands upside down. Like, either you haven't put enough things out there or you did put things out there, but they're not gelling. They're not hitting their target. People maybe aren't responding to it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you did an ad campaign. You're thinking all these new clients are going to come in, but somehow, instead of getting three new clients, you only get one. It could be something like that. You're going to be working very hard in the month of February, I think, to really try to get this situation rolling and get this new business, this new, it could even be a job search, right? Maybe not every Aries wants to be an entrepreneur, right? I mean, no. But you could even be so, as I said, emotionally dissatisfied that you're out now looking for a new job, okay? And this could be two possibilities, but they fall through. Because, look, we got this Tower energy happening also. But I think there also could be equally a new opportunity, this 10 of Wands, that's going to be a job that requires a lot of hard work, maybe more than you were doing in the other job. And it could come about suddenly. But I don't feel like it's exactly right yet either with this 8 of Wands upside down. Or if you're looking for a job, it could just take a lot of effort, more than what you think. You're going to have to put out multiple resumes. I mean, I'm sorry to say that, but this is the energy that I'm seeing. So yeah, let's just do one more. I'm gonna do one more. I want to know about this Tower. This Tower card in relation to this situation. Okay, so we have the Hermit. We have the Hermit card, which is what we got in your reading for love. So it's interesting, right? So now the Hermit is coming out. So you need to act prudently. You need to act wisely. You need to act with discretion, but yet you need to act with your best interests at heart as well. But there is probably some sort of spiritual test tied up in this situation. And as I said, for some of you, if we look at this energy with, in regards to also the astrology for the month of February, this is Mars conjunct Uranus energy right here. And that energy is going to peak on February 13th and 14th. So really, I just caution you with this energy here as well, Aries, the Death card and 8 of Cups. It's possible you could get fired, especially if you have like some sort of angry outburst. You could, with this energy, you could leave suddenly a job. But again, that this job that is really not you can't stand anyway. But is that going to be the best course of action for you? Wherever you end up next, there's going to be a lot of hard work, even in finding the next job. So, and it could take maybe even 9 weeks to find, you know, we have the 8 and the 9 here, to find another job. And it's going to be a little more intense in terms of the workload than the one you have now. So I would say, Aries, if at all possible, if you can just sit tight, if you can sit tight the month of February as best as possible with your job situation and try not to change it, because this energy, I know you're emotionally dissatisfied, but the energy is not helpful this month. Okay? It's not helpful in regards to changing your job. The other thing that is possible also, it is possible with that Tower card, it is possible that if you stay at that job, that your boss leaves suddenly. And that's, you know, maybe the boss who's been kind of emotionally abusing you. That is possible also. With Mars conjunct Uranus, I mean, anything can happen. Uranus is a wild card. But Mars often symbolizes, as we know, men. So the Uranus conjunct Mars transiting, it can possibly mean some sudden, you know, departure of an important man. I mean, so that's a possibility. So it could be, if you have a male boss, that person leaves, and then maybe you get piled on with more work because of that person's departure. All right. You've got to keep the faith. I mean, that really is this card also this month in regards to your finances, and your, you know, your job life. If you're still in a regular job and not working for yourself, you need to just keep the faith, and things will work out okay. I mean, we're really heading toward a whole new cycle at the middle of March, really at the spring equinox. Uranus will shift, Chiron will shift. So, you know, just try to hang in there. I know that you're dissatisfied. I know. But, you know, I mean, it'll be okay. And I feel like there has been with that Ace of Pentacles showing up in your, you know, recent past. I think many Aries are realizing that their talents are wasted where they are now, and that their true satisfaction will come in doing for themselves in their own company, their own job, their own side hustle, whatever the case may be. So if that applies to you, Aries, that I'm talking to right now, like I said, keep the faith. You are doing well, and you will have good news at the beginning of February with that Ace of Pentacles from the love reading about some sort of finances, new clients, different things coming in. It's just that you haven't made the full transition yet. Okay? So, for example, you've made the emotional transition, Aries. You've left whatever gig you're in now that you don't like, you've left that emotionally a long time ago. Like, you are so over it. You know, this can even be a little burnout. It could be a little burnout. You just, like, are done. You're done emotionally. But the thing is that the full foundation financially is not quite there yet for you, Aries, to make the move to your other thing full time. Okay, that doesn't mean it'll never happen. It just means you got to keep the faith. It's coming. Okay, just keep doing what you're doing that is bringing you this. The other situation, it will naturally fall into place. It's about the timing, and just hang in there, because there will be something probably around the middle of February, the Mars conjunct Uranus, that could bring an interesting surprise your way. And, you know, we'll see how that plays out for you. All right. We're going to come back with a couple more tarot cards. Because remember, these are the energies that you're working with. How, like, specifically situations will play out, that's sometimes hard to say when I'm doing, you know, a general reading. But I feel like those energies definitely correspond with the astrology energies for this month. So like I said, go read my monthly astrology. I'll leave the link in the description. All right, I'm just going to pull a couple more cards. I just want to know, what else do I need to know about Aries February? Okay, it's just, it flipped over. I have a couple more cards falling off the top. So we got the High Priestess. Listen. So that's great. Your intuition is going to be on point, Aries, in February. And I love this picture. I mean, look at this wonderful woman. I think it's woman. It could be a guy too. I mean, well, it's a person, right? It's a person. This person has such, I love the mischievous look in their eyes, right? They're like, I got a plan. I have a plan. And it's like a divinely inspired plan. I love this picture. So I think that your intuition will be guiding you very strongly in February, and it will help you come up with your next step, Aries, and the timing of it as well. So this is beautiful. Two other cards. Oh, four. Jeez. Aries, they want me to tell you these things. Okay. Share the love. That's great. Refusing to see, the Two of Swords. Death card again. Release and choose your battles. Okay. Seven of Wands. So these cards correspond with the energy we were just looking at as well. Share the love. I feel like this is the Three of Cups. You're going to have opportunities, as I already said, in your love life to go out there and have some fun this month, Aries. Because, like I said, you have a little more money in your pocket. You're feeling better about yourself. That big cloud that was over you before has, you know, dissipated somewhat. You're feeling better overall. So you're going to be able to get out there and enjoy yourself, that's beautiful. I feel like all of this stuff pertains to what we were just looking at with your work life. There's been something that you really have not wanted to see about your situation. And this could be the level of your finances, because you have to be prudent. You have to be, I mean, do what you want as always, but please be prudent. You have to see exactly, very clearly what the situation is, because you're kind of emotionally reactive right now, Aries, because you're getting to that breaking point emotionally of, I can't take this anymore. And that's when sometimes Aries can make very impulsive, rash decisions that are not in your best interest. I'm an Aries. I get it. Okay? So the thing I think that you're refusing to acknowledge is that it's not just about your emotional state. I mean, that is important, and you are done emotionally, but you need to be strategic as well. And sometimes Aries doesn't do strategy very well. We're just emotionally reactive. So that's something to think about. Step back, look at what you need to look at in terms of making a plan and a strategy for yourself. An exit strategy. I've been talking about that. Because there is going to be, look, Seven of Wands, there may be a situation this month where you have to defend your turf, defend yourself, justify your behavior, especially if you react emotionally at work. Yeah, wow, look at that card with these people, these big faces are surrounding this individual. Choose your battles, and especially with, I mean, that Mars-Uranus energy, you know? It's really going to affect Aries. And then the release, like the Death card again, there is something else about this whole situation that you need to tune in with your intuition. I don't know if it's a block, if there's some sort of there may be some sort of money block involved, you know, some sort of a block to abundance. Maybe on some level and again, this is not going to pertain to everybody, but for some Aries, there may be some block to feeling like you deserve the emotional and financial abundance. It could be that you may have a belief somehow, that doesn't serve you, Aries, in terms of you think that only if you can only work really hard and be miserable, okay, then you'll get paid. But if somehow you're working and enjoying yourself, it's not real work, and so you're not supposed to get paid. All right, you see what I'm saying? So there might be some sort of beliefs around money, work, and abundance to look at and release. Because with this card, and listen intuitively as to what that might be. With this card, this person, it's coming from the heart chakra. If you look at the light and the way the person's holding open their garment here, it's the light. There's something within your heart space in regards, I feel, to this abundance issue maybe, and work that needs to be released. So that's something to think about, Aries. Okay, now let's do one angel card. Think of a question, and we will pull a card for you, Aries. So yeah, I mean, you know me, like, I'm not trying to be like Debbie Downer about, your work life. I mean, I'm just trying to tell you what I see in the cards, and, because knowledge is power, and you know what the energies are. The energies are a little volatile for February, so you just got to keep that in mind. Try to stay even-keeled. All right, think of a question. What does my Aries need to know? Okay, this one's kind of popping. Okay, recovery. So that's an answer to a question, or this ties in with that Three of Swords upside down that we looked at for your love reading, that you are really coming out of that and are ready to get back in the game, so to speak, Aries. So that's beautiful. And look, the other thing too is, look at this energy with this coming out of the crown chakra here. And we had the High Priestess before when I drew a couple other cards for you. So you're getting some very strong intuitive information this month, Aries. So make sure that you write it down because it's easy to forget. And pay attention, as you know, to your dreams, the hunches that you get, the little feelings you get. Certain songs that come on the radio when you're thinking about certain things and it's like an omen, an answer. Just really pay attention, tune in, because there's some very important information that is coming to you in February, Aries. Okay, I hope that this reading resonated with you. And as always, if you'd like a personal reading with me, I am available. I will leave a link in the description. Thank you so much for watching and sharing and subscribing and liking. Take care. I will see you soon. Stella Wilde signing out.